Max Holloway joined the Scuffed podcast. Now, I wasn't expecting an actual heavy hitter to start coming in this bid, but I guess, Train Rex was saying that was his boy, so I guess he's trying to street now. And they talked about a lot of topics today. They talked about bots on Twitch, the fighting world and the MMA and boxing. How is that even gonna progress anymore? Because it just seems like it's in shambles. We have Los Polos dads carrying with some interesting stories as per usual. You know what I'm saying? X is in here with his analogies.
I weren't here. I made a take last week, okay? I said that I didn't like to watch, any sort of like UFC or, MMA or anything like this because I felt like the core demographic of it goes there to, they don't watch it for the actual art or the technicality, right? Or sorry, for the technical ability. They go there to see just blood and just this, to me, it's this like primitive, backwards, just barbaric thing.
Like Roman Colosseum?
Yeah, it's exactly what's not allowing us to advance, right? So I gave this take, and a lot of people disagreed.
Horrible take.
I remember.
It's a horrible take. Horrible take. You're just like you're letting fans decide your take on top of the sport. It's crazy. It's just it's outrageous to be like, oh, fans is making you feel a certain way about the sport when you can feel a certain way about the sport.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, but I just feel like I feel like they're not actually there. I mean, it shouldn't matter, right? Like, I understand watching the sport for the actual art of it. There's a beauty to it. There's a competitive, edge to it. I get that. But it just feels like the people that are there, they're there for the blood. They're there just to see the other person get fucked up. And I feel like that is one of the reasons we're not, advancing as a society or as a civilization. Like, no bullshit.
Like this is
wait.
a UFC crowd or something like that. These
Train. He's saying it wrong. He doesn't like how this need for violence that humans have. That's what he's trying to say.
Yes.
That's what he said before. The need to see violence and cheer it on and just to see blood. He was trying to say that's the reason he doesn't like the UFC. But our argument was there's so much more than that. There's
so much more. There is storyline.
And it's okay to be entertained by it. I think it's for entertainment. That's why people pay
but
money to watch.
But
I think.
Do you think people are actually watching for the art of it?
For everything.
Yeah,
I think for all of it.
Yeah.
For all of it. They want to see someone win, someone lose. They want to see how is this going to get solved. This storyline that's been building up for the past 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. They want to see
Do you think the average viewer understands the technical ability of the sport?
No, not the technical, but they understand the story. And that's all that matters is the storyline and the entertainment.
But the
But
storyline.
there's all sorts of different fans in every sport. You know what I mean? Some people who watch it die hard. Some people casually watch it on a weekend.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what it is.
Hey, Train, I think you're. Oh, go ahead.
Can I just add something?
Yeah,
Of course.
So my dad was a professional fighter. So he fought in the 50s, and so I grew up around fighters. And when I was a kid, I go to the gym, and I didn't have the temperament for fighting because I have a bad temper and I lose my shit. So I didn't have the temperament to be able to get into the ring.
Yeah.
But growing up, I was always a boxing purist. Like early on with MMA, I didn't get it,
Mhm.
But then I really don't like what's happened to boxing. And so I find, for me who grew up that way, always around, I grew up around fighters, right? Now I'm getting a pay-per-view and I'm enjoying it so much more. And I think it's just part of it is because now I understand it more. I didn't really get it in the beginning, but also I don't like what's going on with boxing. And I think that's a big part of when you talk about combat sports, why MMA it's huge, man. And 5-10 years ago, I didn't have this take, but now I do.
Then we have Max giving a really good take, talking about how we have fighting in our instincts. It's fighting instincts. Humans, we always been wanting to beat each other's ass from time to time and shit like that. That's why some of this content for the IRL stuff is kind of like people get tapped into it, wired in. Some people who are detached will be like, all right, let me detach that. But some people who are still not in the right state of mind formally, they want to see niggas ass get beat, and that's fine.
I think people dislike it for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like fighting because it's in our DNA. Everybody
yeah.
fought a sibling. Everybody fought a cousin. You fought one time in your life, so you can relate to what's going on. Even though some people are so far out and be like, I know what he should do. He should do this. It's like we fought. Everybody fought. You fought your cousin. You fought someone. At some point in your life, you fought someone, and I think so. That's why fighting is such a great entertainment in that way.
Even though it sucks for like other IRL streamers that are getting like probably less traction and there's expectations of it, or them, they will survive. They're not popping off right now. They'll survive past this, and they just have to remain who they are, and that's just the landscape. You can't. It's otherwise you're just an old man yelling at the clouds. You're always gonna get upset. Getting on the job is gonna be miserable. Don't do that. Just do your thing, man. There's value in what you do always. Not because somebody else is doing something else that's crazy that your thing loses value. That's how it is.
It's hard to have that mindset, right? Whenever everything's so much about analytics and people fixate on it so hard. I mean, you're right.
Their problem.
Like,
Their problem. Yeah, because
you're right.
Yeah, I don't want to be harsh about it because I made it because I'm in a position of luxury, I guess, right? But I've always seen things like that because yes, it's a lot about analytics, but at the same time, it's kind of your responsibility to be grounded. Sometimes you kind of realize that, guys, what I do does provide a value. Maybe less right now, maybe look at it. Who cares? It is what it is, man. It's just, what are you gonna do? Try to ban everybody and try to regulate everybody? That's like a utopia mindset. That's stupid.
SQC is spitting some facts right here regarding the IRL community. I think y'all are kind of fucked regardless, but you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna just keep grinding, you know what I'm saying? Keep your head down. All of this will pass over. Jack Doherty's probably gonna get shot, go to jail. I mean,
every other platform is proportional to that, right? Based on the size. And I think it's a major issue right now. Everyone is botting. And I feel like people don't realize it, but it's affecting small to mid-sized creators the most. When you lock yourself into a top position, right? You are taking away from people who are fighting for that top position, who are fighting for that discoverability, because that's all there really is on Twitch right now. That's all there really is on most platforms, that top row.
And we get more into the botting controversy, it is kind of getting hectic, How y'all gonna really be botting like Aiden and all y'all? Y'all gonna be doing this when niggas are still trying to grind? You're inspiring people to want to grind and be streamers, and this is what you're doing? You making sure you'll keep your spot? I'm pretty sure XQC ain't doing that. And that's funny, bro. No wonder he got more pulled than Aiden fucking Ross.
And I think it needs to be talked about a lot more, and no one really wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about how bad it's become. And
it's gotten really, really fucking bad.
And
really
what's
bad too, is like half of them don't even fucking know.
Please, yes.
Yeah, go ahead, Asmund.
Like, yeah. Well, I think, okay, so straight up, you're totally fucking right. Obviously, they got rid of some of the embedders, like F Extra Life, Rest and Piss. Yeah. Definitely a good thing. Yeah. However, yes, embedding is fucking huge. And you know why people embed? They embed because it works. It gets people to follow your stream. It gets people to watch you. Yeah. I actually called out this guy, and this was in the New World directory because he was embedding and he had like 30 real viewers, and he was embedding up to like 800 real viewers, or not real viewers, right? But he was at the top of the section. He went and he told me, he said, listen, yes, I'm doing it. Yes, I'm embedding. I am cheating. And if I don't do it, somebody's going to do it to me. And you know what's so fucked up about it is I went to the directory on the New World expansion, and this guy had 8,000 viewers, and they were real. He faked it until he made it. And that's what's
the case with so
many
many
people.
Remember
it's
Rice
disgusting.
Gum? Does anyone remember Rice Gum?
Yeah,
we
when
did.
He did the exact same thing. Did it work out?
Yeah, he viewed
the exact same way for him.
Yeah.
And like he thought,
he actually got big on MLG.
What's the answer?
I remember those days.
If everybody's view botting,
I'll tell you the answer.
And like, if you're not view botting, are you like falling behind because you're not keeping up with people? Like, what
you absolutely are, because if you get pushed down into directory, then less people don't see you. And also, like, it's for sponsors. Like, whenever these people are selling sponsors, what do you think they're selling? Their actual viewer count? Fuck no, they're lying. They're saying, oh, I'm actually getting 10,000 viewers.
Which is fraudulent behavior, right?
But
it is. It's literal fraud, and they know
Twitch
it.
Twitch is doing the same thing by selling the numbers to
technically,
that's why these companies take like concurrent viewers in the account.
That's fucking new.
No, taking any slot at all on the front page of a Twitch right now would be huge. I mean, there's a huge difference between number 1 and number 2 on a Twitch category. category. Huge difference.
Oh yeah, like
yeah,
I
sure,
can
I know,
tell
yeah.
like in follows and shit like
having
that
to scroll. Yeah,
through browse viewers. Yeah, and I think it's a problem. Actually, I don't. Why do we not have a lot of view botting on YouTube? It's because YouTube doesn't reward people with a basically like winners or winners win more, right? A snowball effect.
Yeah. Well, also they
the
got
problem.
clapped. Also they either were smart about it or they got clapped because down the line this doesn't fuck them over until it does. And when it does, it fucks them really badly because Facebook got clapped with that by selling fake analytics ad packages way back when, and they got the slap, and people learn from that as well.
So it's a really good point that you have. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt you? My bad.
No.
Okay.
That was pretty much
so like what I was gonna say is that there was this game, right? And this game was called Immortals of Avenum. And they paid a ton of content creators to like go and like stream their game. And then after the streaming section was over, the game totally fucking died. Yeah, and it's like people are asking like why should we invest into content creator streams if they're not delivering? But I looked at the list of the people that were being paid, and like 2 or 3 of the really big ones were embedders. So like these people thought they were they were selling their game to 30,000 people. Fuck, you were selling it to 30 people.
Yeah, you know,
how do you find out they're embedding? How do you find out?
It's so easy.
Chatter,
like
chatter
you go
rate,
into
chatter
their
rate.
chat, it's so fucking easy.
Oh, there's like no chat movement.
It's obvious.
Bro, if you have
Logged in
7TV
chatters.
or BTTV, you do /chatters in chat, and you have the amount of active chatters in the chat that are, because an active chatter is an active viewer. I hope that I don't do, I'm not like Devin and I'm not making anybody bored.
You're right.
/chatters, an active chatter is actually an active viewer. Even though they're not chatting, they're still viewing it. But on Twitch, at least if you do chatters, you can see a number, let's say 5,000. If the guy has 5,000 active chatters and 25,000 viewers, if the gap is 20,000 in between those two numbers.
It's the ratio.
It's the
doesn't make sense.
But what's the ratio that you know is real? Like, what's the real ratio?
1 to 1. 1 to 1.
80.
Oh.
Like 80,
No.
80 plus,
Yeah,
70,
yeah,
80 plus.
yeah.
Don't some people watch that aren't logged in and they
Doesn't
don't have a
matter.
username?
It's still,
I'd say 70, 80
No,
plus.
it's not 1 to 1. It's not 1 to 1. No.
It's almost 1 to 1. It's almost 1 to 1.
No. I've done so much research on this. Okay?
1-to-1?
No. It's not. I've done. Listen, I have hired so many people before Twitch revoked their API access to the public, and you had to request it. I hired multiple mods to scrape as much data as they could from every streamer you can think of. Do you understand? I have.
Okay, so what's the ratio?
So listen, Asman is correct. So 1 to 1.
80-20, what way?
Just 1 second.
80% real.
Yeah,
chatters.
1 to 1 is actually indicative of viewbot. Okay, 1
Okay,
to
time
1.
out. Just to clarify real quick, when you said chatter, like how XUC says, you're not necessarily mean someone who's physically chatting. You mean a real viewer.
No.
Even
No,
if they're lurking.
The number that is returned from the command.
It is this. It is this. Okay, here's what it is. So ignore Chatter Summit. It's someone who is logged in to a Twitch or Kick account. Do you understand? So, right, if you look at someone that's embedding, right, 10,000 of their viewers won't be on Twitch. They'll be on another site. Therefore, Twitch won't register. Yeah, they won't register them as a Twitch user. Right.
True.
So it's logged in Twitch users. 1 to 1 is, and this is the issue I had with the whole embed crusade. They were giving credibility to 1 to 1 streamers, but 1 to 1 streamers are actually, it's more indicative that they're view botting than they're legitimate. An actual legitimate average is between what Asman said, it's between a 75 and 95% area. That's a legitimate. Do you understand? Legitimate. Sorry. Okay, 75 and 95. 1 to 1 is more indicative. 1 to 1 or over. And you'll notice there's a lot of people, if you look into it, who have 120%, right? They're over chatters to viewers. Those are indicative of view bots. And that's what's going on right now. So people
I got a quick thing, and I want your guys' opinion.
Yeah.
And this is some like conspiracy, like I'm not accusing this anything, but let's say like Twitch, for example, had people that they really want them to be successful. Wouldn't it be in their best interest for them to have a lot of viewers? And who could disprove, if Twitch themselves? I'm not saying they're doing that. I'm just saying.
So what you're saying?
This is the case. Yeah.
You're
Can
talking
you just make
about
fake view counts, basically?
Well, I mean, yes, and Twitch doesn't hide that. What do you think Twitch front page is?
Front page,
that's literally what it is. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, they literally do that. And it's like
that's how Twitch makes money. Is hey, these people are getting all these viewers. pay us. Like,
yeah, but those viewers, if you embed through the Twitch homepage, those viewers are already on Twitch technically, so it wouldn't really.
Yeah, but they're still. I mean, they're still not viewing.
They're still not viewers.
Yes. They're not actually in your chat, but they're. No, I was saying the lowest point of Twitch is increasing viewers to sell it to advertisers, but in reality, those users are on Twitch. They'd sell. It wouldn't matter if they put someone on the front page to gain those viewers or not. They're still selling those numbers.
No, but what if they're actually just doing it off? Like,
who sits on the front page?
Yeah, no one just like no one sits there.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to do a little more longer form content where I like dissect podcasts and like a lot of the YouTubers I fuck with from time to time. The next video might be academics. Something with his ex just happened, bro. It's kind of crazy. That man looked like he about to cry, bro. But in the next video, like, comment below. Hate it if you hate it. Goodbye.